was a long entrance.
That was
well deserved.
That was well done.
Welcome to Chocolate Milk and Wrestling. I'm Johnny.
I'm Rob.
And we are here to have an unscripted podcast. Meaning we didn't plan anything for this one. We're just going to talk mainly because not a whole lot happened in the last week since we've talked.
I feel like these last two episodes were kind of like filler episodes. They're just kind of like building up more towards the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which is, for some reason, like 2 months after WrestleMania, I feel like. So it's like they have a long time to build, which I think would be good if they would actually do a better job of it. I don't have any interest in these storylines they have going right now.
Except Bray Wyatt.
Except Bray Wyatt.
Still
like the Bray Wyatt angle.
When he turned let's just start there. When he turned the painting around this week, and the burning and the cackling, and I got the hint that maybe they're not done with that part of him yet. But it's interesting. It's interesting. It's creepy.
I can see him having like a sinister character still, like while in the ring, and then like just going and doing those vignettes and like being like, I don't know what came over me, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going with it. I'm okay with it though.
I'm intrigued.
We're 2 for
That's
2.
What I'm interested.
So, dude, does it get ruined this week?
I think not. I think they're gonna do a good job of it again. I think he's just too good at doing promo work and being able to get into a character and make you believe that it's like he's taking a Mr. Rogers like character and he's putting on a sinister angle to it, and it's like you're buying into it after 2 vignettes.
True, but then once he gets in the ring, it's gonna go to not be like, I forgot. All he's got going for him is a back bend. Cool.
That's where I'm like kind of wishy-washy on him. I'm like, man, I don't really want to. I want to see him wrestle. I just want to see him.
Let him be a manager. Let him manage both.
That would be good. I think he should be a manager for like one of those people who are like on like the newcomers. Like, call someone from NXT. Who'd be good from NXT to go with him?
Velveteen.
That would be an interesting pairing.
I really don't know who would be good from like NXT. That would be a good fit for his managerial services. But you're the NXT guy as well, so what?
Let's put him back with Braun Strowman.
Oh God.
I think that will work.
I don't think anything will work with Braun anymore.
Yeah, I've pretty much lost my belief in that he's ever going to be anything other than a, like that Goldberg-esque, like, you can't pin me, you can't beat me, I'm not gonna sell much, but the only thing is he's not gonna win anything.
Right. Lars Sullivan, you're next. In the sense of the Braun Strowman treatment, that is.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think they're gonna do the same thing with him. They're gonna build him up to be like this huge, unbeatable, like. But I think he sells better than Strowman does. Like in his matches in NXT, I feel like he sells a lot better. Like Strowman, I just feel like the only thing I see him do where he likes to sell is his whole shoulder into the ring post move that he does every single match.
Yeah.
And that's how he takes himself. He basically says, they can't beat me, I'm going to take myself out of the match.
And then wonders why he's had shoulder surgery.
Exactly.
So, anywho. So let's move on. Like, really this week, nothing. I got nothing. Styles and Rollins had a nice little exchange. Beautiful, phenomenal form through the table. But other than that, I'm curious where they build this. I really want to see a Rollins heel turn. I think we're going to get a Styles heel turn. I don't think there's any way that Money in the Bank finishes clean on this match, though. I think they're going to run this for a little bit.
No, they're going to run it. I don't know how they're going to. I think it's going to be one of those, though, where I don't see where they're going to have someone interfere yet, unless it's like
Moxley.
Dude, I'm actually looking forward to seeing what he's going to do with that character.
He's coming to WWE with it.
I think so too, but
because
they play like Dean Ambrose done.
Yeah.
And then now they can be like Moxley.
Like that's a very, in my opinion, I don't know, and maybe not. Like he's probably got the money to do it. But that whole little video package for his Moxley character, for me, I just feel like that's got WWE written all over it. I feel like, did he really, go out of his way to produce this thing? However, I do like the, I forgot who it is that was talking about it. I don't remember whose podcast they were on, and it might have been Bubba Ray Dudley. That I saw reports about. He's like, the reason that he doesn't think WWE is behind it is because WWE's invested 10 plus years in the Dean Ambrose brand. So why would you put him to Moxley?
That's a good point.
So,
It's a fair assessment.
but at the same time, also said in that is this is also the same company that forks out money to flip over limousines and trucks and blow shit up.
Blow up Vince McMahon in a limousine.
So other than that stuff going on, first thing we need to do, we need to kind of fix what we did last week, where we guessed Money in the Bank ladder match contestant winners. We were under the impression it would be a Raw one and a SmackDown one, because why not?
Right?
So there is a one men's ladder match as of this writing, according to this graphic that's leaked, and then possibly an NXT one. But
I think they announced it this past week on the 2 shows. Like I said, I didn't.
they got some contestants in it. I don't know if they got everyone in it necessarily already. Or I haven't. Again, that's kind of some of the stuff like that I've not followed closely enough lately.
Yeah.
So we got Ricochet, Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, Randy Orton, Andrade, Finn Balor, and Ali, according to this. But I definitely thought Cesaro is he no longer in it? What happened
I
with
feel
him?
like Cesaro should be in it. I don't think he was ever mentioned.
He was
but
in the first graphic that was going around.
I feel
with these.
like
That's the thing.
if the Raw choices here, I mean, they're all garbage. I'm not okay. I shouldn't say that.
Andrade, that's it. That's
I
the only.
agree with Ricochet being in there. I think he's gonna do amazing stuff in that match. Drew McIntyre, I think, would be probably the next best. Okay, Strowman and Corbin, they both won it before, and they're both I'm not buying into them being in a Money in the Bank ladder match. I think you could put in Cesaro and replace one of them. I think you could.
But
put in,
Corbin's won it before.
So Strowman.
Both have failed to cash
Both
in.
have failed.
So
And so I feel like, and the rumors going around that they've said is whoever wins this match is going to come out looking like a complete star. So I feel like it's not going to be Strowman, it's not going to be Corbin, it's not going to be Orton. It's going to be.
I don't even know why.
Orton's already a star.
Yeah, I don't know why Orton's in it. It's not a match that a guy like Randy Orton needs. It's not a match that he's gonna thrive in. It's a match that's gonna hurt him more than anything.
And I don't feel Balor's going to win because he's the Intercontinental Champion. So I feel like at this point they would have to push Ricochet, McIntyre, Andrade, or Ali, and I think
Andrade's the best bet.
he's in my top 2. I agree. I think the only person other than Andrade would be
Drewstifer, Old Mackie.
yes.
That's who I'd like to see win.
I agree. Just because with Rollins being the champion, and most likely continuing that whole thing with AJ Styles and him, I think McIntyre would be the obvious choice to win that. So yeah, those are my top 2. I think I'm gonna go with McIntyre. I think it makes more sense for him.
I feel like Orton's solely in here to hit some crazy RKO on Ali.
Probably where he's gonna fly off the ladder. And
Yeah.
He's gonna hit
Yeah, I think that's the only reason he's in here. My bet's on Andrade. I think Andrade, knowing that Fox wants to push the Hispanic community athletes, so also he reminds me of Edge, the way he walks to the ring. So I could just see him with that briefcase. He's got Vega there too. I think that Money in the Bank on him would do very, very good, good justice. And yeah, so then let's look at the women. Oh my God, this card here. Natalia.
Yeah.
So let's just nix that one right now. Naomi.
Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke. That's the surprising one.
That is the surprise one right there. Alexa Bliss.
Carmella, Ember Moon, Mandy Rose, and Bailey. Who do you got here?
I like most of the choices. for this match. I
Except
don't
Natalya.
foresee except for Natalia. The only one, like, there's only two people I see when possibly three. The only three that I see ever winning this match is going to be Ember Moon, Mandy Rose, or Dana Brooke. Even I think Dana Brooke is like a dark horse in this match. Like, to even be in the match, this kind of tells me that they're wanting to do something with her. I don't think she'll win, but I think she's probably. I think it's going to be Mandy Rose or Ember Moon. I think it's going to be Ember Moon personally. That's my pick. Just because, I mean, what have they done? And I mean, this is a way to build a star, and she hasn't really done anything since coming over the SmackDown. So I feel like this is her shot. This is a chance to take this person and put her in the, because I know she can have good matches. She had a ton in NXT.
Here's where I'm at with this. I've given up on them doing anything correct with the women that would make sense.
That don't involve Becky Lynch, Charlotte.
Yes, so I've given up them doing what makes sense.
Well, even
'Cause,
then,
like,
I still think they fucked up Becky Lynch.
what I think you have to do if I'm in charge here, here's what I'm doing. I'm looking at this list, and I say, like Ember Moon. Obviously, it's a good pick because Ember Moon hasn't fully unlocked her potential yet. She's kind of that star in the making thing, but people understand that she's going to be one of those work in progress kind of people. So she's still she's protected still. Naomi's kind of dwindling. Natalia I don't even know why she's in this match. Alexa Bliss, again, she's kind of, in my opinion, Alexa Bliss is the Randy Orton of this match. She doesn't need this match. She doesn't. I don't know if she'll walk away with this or not. Mandy Rose is, I think, a dark horse for it. If I'm putting this, though, I'm saying Bayley is an individual who was a star, and we've lost her. Mm-hmm. And if you have any hope of revitalizing a character out of Bayley, I think you have to give her Money in the Bank and say you got to cut losses. You got to try to revitalize something before it's completely gone. With that being said,
I can also see those Hugger in the Bank T-shirts as being straight money with a lot of people.
Hugger in the Bank.
Hugger in the Bank.
But I don't think she does Hugger in the Bank. I think she goes heel with it. I think she.
I feel like she needs to. I feel like the heel turn that she had on Sasha like a couple years ago, they just they did it and then they were like, forget it.
So I want Bayley, or even Mandy. But I'm going to go with what my WWE kind of gut things tell me and think that they're going to put it right back on Alexa or Carmella. That's what I think is going to happen. Unfortunately.
Must research further.
I
still think I think it's definitely coming from SmackDown. I mean, I just don't see any of the Raw women winning it. I mean, you have Naomi, you have Nat by Nature.
Well, that's a good point right there. I think
Natalia, whatever her name is.
So with Becky pulling double duty at Money in the Bank, it's a good chance for her to lose her SmackDown title because I think they want to keep her on Raw. So you have her lose a SmackDown title. There at Money in the Bank in a way like a grueling match, first and facing Charlotte there for the second match and then losing. That's okay. If she holds on to both of them, then I do think.
I think there's a cash in. If she holds on to both, there's a cash in.
But see,
I feel like
they cashed in the women so quick, with the exception of Carmella last year.
Maybe not that night, but maybe the following.
That's what I'm saying. I think that they want to keep Becky, I think, on Raw. So I think if she holds on to them, maybe even that night, then a cash in takes place. On SmackDown.
Yeah.
That way, Becky's no longer on SmackDown. They keep her on Raw, put a title over there on SmackDown. So that's what I think. Anywho, so right after Money in the Bank is Saudi Arabia, though, where it's been reported now that Goldberg. Well, before we get to that, WWE Universal Championship match. What do you got?
You mean with Rollins and Styles?
Yes.
I mean, there's no way this finishes clean. At all.
Anyway, is there a possibility of Styles taking the title?
No. Not right now. No. I figured that Styles would win Money in the Bank. I figured Kevin Owens would, when we had the Raw and SmackDown, I figured Kevin Owens would win. But now they're getting their title shots now. So.
Any chance Kevin Owens wins at Money in the Bank?
No. I feel that set up. Because I think Daniel Bryan's coming back. They're going to have something with Kofi and Daniel Bryan again. So I think Kofi's going to keep this for a few months. I don't think he's going to lose it here for a few months.
Yeah,
I think that would just completely piss off a lot of the fans. They're like,
that's a well.
Like we got what we wanted. He won, and he's still hot right now. So you ride him until he's not hot, and then when he stops getting those reactions, then I can see.
He's been cold to me since day one-ish.
I think the Usos are just going to run over the Raw Tag Team division. I'm just saying.
I agree with JR on this Kofi Kingston thing about he needs to stop this jumping around and stuff. That's not a champion, in my opinion. Like the whole clap in and skip into the ring. It's lost seriousness. It has. I've lost a lot of seriousness in the championship. I'm a big fan of the seriousness as a champion, though, and I don't see that in him. It's hard to take him serious because he's lost so much in his career, too. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not all in on this Kofi Kingston. Like, I love Kofi Kingston. The little guy, as a little guy that wrestles, like, I can appreciate it and look up to that. But at the same time, it's not. It just doesn't bring that intensity to that championship. That, I mean, Daniel Bryan brings it, but like you see when Daniel Bryan's not there, that it no longer holds any kind of like meaning to that championship with Kofi around it anymore. Like Daniel Bryan was holding everything with that, and right after he loses it, of course, now they're selling those hemp belts on WWE Shop, like a limited amount. They had like 50 of them they were selling. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not in on the Kofi Kingston thing though. I'm bored with it, to be honest. I want Kevin Owens to win, decimate him, and I want Kofi and Daniel.
I think
I want them in a ladder match at SummerSlam.
If Kofi loses this match to Kevin Owens, like I think it's because Xavier Woods cost him the match. That's the only way I see him losing this match.
Yeah.
Otherwise, but I also feel like I can also, because Kevin Owens came back. It was kind of lackluster because he was supposed to be playing for a WrestleMania match with Bryan, then Kofi Mania took over, and then they kind of switched it to where he had a uneventful match with Bryan at Fastlane. And so now it's like, all right, you're right back into the picture. Are they just gonna, have you go down one more time in another uneventful main event, and then have him go on to Daniel Bryan, or what?
Who are the SmackDown Tag Champ? Oh, it's been vacated, wasn't it?
Vacated, yeah.
So what if they have Kofi pulling double duty with Xavier, and he turns on Xavier? That'll put stock in the WWE Championship for me. If he turns heel on Xavier, costs them the finals of this tournament, whatever they're going to probably do for the titles, cost Xavier, turning heel, breaking up the New Day until Big E comes back, and then he is a heel WWE Champion. He's not going to be skipping around clapping anymore. Then I'll put stock into it. But that makes it difficult for Daniel Bryan. Also, I just want to call it right now. Here's my massive hope for SmackDown this year. I want a rematch of Kevin Owens and Finn Balor in a ladder match for something. And I'm hoping maybe it's the IC title. So I'm hoping whatever KO's doing next.
That is where I think Kevin Owens is going.
I want to see Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship. My gut's telling me they're going to do something stupid like that at Saudi Arabia instead.
Yeah.
Which I'll be fine with. Because honestly, like, I was rewatching some of the Greatest Royal Rumble last year. There was some good stuff in there. Did you know there was a ladder match last year? I forgot about that. Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. And it was a great match.
Yeah. A lot of the Greatest Royal Rumble I thought was good. I mean,
it was great. I don't know why they're not doing another Royal Rumble necessarily. They probably can't fly enough people over there, but.
Well, yeah, they're probably not agreeing to go over there either.
So let's talk about that. Greatest Royal Rumble. I don't have a whole lot on this. Goldberg's come back. I don't care. That's all I got on it. What do you got?
I've always been a big fan of the. Are they doing the Royal Rumble at this one?
They haven't announced it.
I mean, if they do it, like, I could see them doing like a. You need to build it as a Royal Rumble type match, because if you just say Battle Royal, like it's just like the Andre the Giant one. It's like a pre-show, whatever. You're just flying people over and putting them into a match because they want a payday. But if you actually take the time and build it as like a Royal Rumble, bring back some old stars like Goldberg and Undertaker and have them make appearances in this match. Like, I think that would be really good. But if you just do like a battle royal thing, no one's gonna care at all. So I've always been a big fan of the Royal Rumble type matches where you start with a couple and then the element of surprise. That's intriguing to me. That's fun to watch.
And it's big for them because like these are
Because
all
you never
their
know
heroes.
who's going to return, like who's going to come back.
Yeah,
Like,
and you look at us here, like when we watch it, we take it for granted, but you also got to look at this is a place that has never seen the majority of these people live before, and so like when you can, for them, seeing Goldberg is going to be like, holy crap, like I never thought I'd see it. So for them, it's awesome, and that's great, and they have the money to be able to do that, and that's great. As just a WWE fan, like this, I guess maybe I need just to look at it a different way and be like, it's not part of their programming, and they make it pretty clear about that. They don't really put storylines going into Saudi Arabia that transition before and after for the most part.
you think they do Brock Lesnar Goldberg again?
No, I think
Because I mean that match would be real short.
I don't know. Honestly, I just see Goldberg and Baron Corbin. I could just see something really simple like that, or Goldberg and Strowman maybe.
It's like I said, Goldberg at this stage, like even in his actual career, like
Sting.
I'd love to see Sting come back and do something with like even like a cameo with the Undertaker, just like standing in the ring.
Just the mind games that they could have, like the build up to a promo and the match, knowing if
Don't even need to have a match.
you do. The match needs to be short and sweet.
I wouldn't even need to have.
And the match is going to be awful, and that's fine.
That's what I mean. Like,
But the build up
don't
to
wanna
it would be
ruin-
what's great.
That's what I mean.
You just want the
great
build up.
build up. That's like saying that Hogan and Warrior at Halloween Havoc '98 was going to be great. The match that they had, and it was garbage, but the build up was great.
But sometimes the build up's awesome though. In the moment,
But then because the match was so bad, it kind of ruined every type of build up that you
but
had.
that's fine though. To an extent, here's the thing. I say that that's fine because if you're trying to build up to something, if you have a great build up, people are going to tune in. Once they tune in, it doesn't matter how it is. You got your views now.
Then you screw them over and give them a terrible match.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because you got your
Yeah.
as a company, you've got your views. And the thing is, if you have a big enough build up, it doesn't matter how much. Case in point, and this I might be a minority in this sense, that women's triple threat main event at WrestleMania was absolute garbage, in my opinion. I thought it was one of the worst. I think it was possibly the worst match on the card. One of the worst matches on the card. I think Batista and Triple H put on a hell of a much better performance in that main event. But people don't care, why everyone's caught up in it? Because of the build-up to it that they did. I think the build-up it was way too long, it started way too early.
I honestly think they
But
ruined the build-up to it. Because there was no need to add Charlotte to the match. There was no need to add a second title to the match.
Charlotte was the only reason that match was any
And-
kind of doable.
Well, I think you could have just done Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, and then here we are already doing Charlotte versus Becky again. So why didn't we just do this from the get-go?
Because they realized you put Becky against anyone else or Charlotte against anyone else, and you realize, oh, wait a minute, we don't have as strong of a women's division as we thought we did. But the build-up, like I'm saying, everyone's head over heels about it because the build-up. So the build-up into that, even the people that sat there for 10-plus hours in that stadium were loving it, had nothing bad to say because the promo package was amazing. The build-up for it was just, that's what we wanted. That's what we came to see. So every little punch is going to be that much more effective. So you do the same thing with like Sting and Taker. You get an awesome build-up. And I think it would be, you don't need you don't need a long match. You get maybe an 8 to 10 minute match. Because let's be honest, like it's going to take 8 to 10 minutes for each of them to hit a signature move because they get up really slow. But maybe Seth Rollins turns heel and buckle bombs Sting.
Yeah, breaks his neck again.
And then I would love to see that, but I think that's a Saudi. I don't think anything's out of the question with Saudi Arabia. I think Saudi Arabia and WWE would fork out all the money in the world to bring CM Punk back if he wanted to. I think that Goldberg versus Hulk Hogan's a real possibility for Saudi Arabia as well. I think that there literally is endless possibilities when you look at the money Saudi Arabia gives for this. Like, they don't care. It's anything is a possibility. Like, you could easily get a triple threat of Rock, Hogan, and Cena in a clash of generations, and maybe throw Ric Flair in there, or I don't even know, somebody ancient, and then Dominic, Rey Mysterio's son, and be like, well, there's a future. You know, you have no idea what they're gonna do, which I think Dominic's gonna get involved in that Samoan Joe angle.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but that's I guess the good thing with Saudi Arabia. You never like. Good Lord, when I was watching Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, the last person I expected to come out was Hornswoggle. I popped.
Yeah.
I popped.
That was actually, yeah. I mean, it was great because was that Saudi or was that the actual?
That was Saudi. At the actual Rumble, he chased Selena Vega
That's
around.
right. Okay.
But it was Saudi because I just watched this the other day.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do you want to add anything else on that?
I think that with the amount of over the hill talent that you're bringing to this show, it's going to be very difficult pairing them together to make a good match. So I feel like if they did like a, like the Royal Rumble, I think it would be a good spot for them. But I also don't want to see the show being just like any other like Raw or SmackDown, which is where I think they're going to go with it a lot of times. They're just going to continue some storylines. They might have like a Rollins versus AJ Styles thing again. They're going to have like a Kevin Owens versus Kofi thing again. And I feel like I don't want that to happen.
Well, we know we're not going to get a Sami Zayn. They don't want him over there.
That's fine.
Daniel
I
Bryan
love
probably
the thing.
won't- Daniel Bryan won't go over there, so.
I love the thing that Sami Zayn's doing right now. Just telling everybody to go to hell at every single town and walking out. I love it. Let's bash in the universe. That's
He
great.
needs a push.
He does.
You got to push him in the ring because he's got the skills to back it up, but you got to put him in there with somebody that can.
He came back for a match, lost, and then he's just been talking ever since.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you need to have him beating somebody here soon. But I'm okay with just letting him talk some more too.
Do we get the American Badass at Saudi?
No. No. I think.
Oh my God! How great would this be if Elias came up with a huge plan to be ready to defeat the Dead Man? Comes out, sings about how he's ready to beat the Dead Man, has the coffin out there, everything, and all of a sudden you just get the "He's here," then just rolling down the motorcycle like he wasn't ready for a badass. But then again, I don't know if you want to call it the American Badass there in Saudi.
Right.
The Saudi Badass,
Yes. Saudi.
like
badass.
Gilbert.
Gilbert was was he like the longest reigning light heavyweight champion of all time?
I don't know. Maybe he'll come back.
He was-
Gilbert
yeah.
versus Goldberg.
Oh, I'd be sold.
Just bring back the Hurricane, please. That's all I want. Hurricane.
I think he retired.
Stand back! There's a hurricane coming through. I just looked at that, and man, look how loud that was right there at the 23 mark. All right, so I got a question for you, Mr. Robert.
All right, let me hear it.
Top 3 favorite wrestling songs. Go.
Theme songs, okay,
Just in general, songs
or just associated with
associated with wrestling.
Okay. So I always thought that when I was growing up watching ECW and like WCW and WWF at the time, like I thought they had a lot of good stuff. So like I'm gonna pick one from each company, I suppose, because I had one in each of them.
Okay.
And so ECW, the one that always rang out to me was Pantera's Walk for Rob Van Dam. And like the crowd just like going along with the song and like raising their fists to like every part of that. Yeah, like it was like the best entrance ever in ECW, I thought.
All right.
The WWF one that I enjoyed growing up that I would listen to like all is like the honestly I'm gonna be a stickler was the Ultimate Warrior or even Randy Savage, one of those two.
Okay.
Right? I love the pomp and circumstance and I love the like just that in your face like warrior music where he's just running down and shaking ropes and going crazy. Like growing up, I thought those were like the coolest things that I would listen to. Like I remember doing those like entrances at my in my house and like on my bed and like wearing tassels and stuff like because they both wore tassels. Well, I guess Savage didn't. I guess the later half of his WF career, but still. So that would have been my WWF one, and then my WCW one was. Do you remember the?
You said WCW?
Yes.
I won't know this. I will not
so
know
you
this.
so I was about to say remember.
I will not know this.
Um,
I'm too young for that.
So do you remember? Man, I gotta think. See, now I gotta think of who it was. It's this.
Sing it, Rob. Sing it.
No, it was. So no, I was okay. It's Dime Dallas Page's music in there. It's the first like bit of it is off of Nirvana. Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah, that's right.
I was a big Nirvana fan, so like I was like, it's like Self High Five, and it plays like the first bit of like, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
All right.
So those are probably my top three
All right.
wrestling entrances.
All right. For me, I gotta play this one because I think if I say what the name is of it, no one's gonna remember. This might be. I look at, for me, nostalgia's huge for me in this. Because honestly, like if I'm a kid right now, like music for me was like the make or break of people. I'd probably be a massive Baron Corbin fan if I was a kid right now.
Right.
Because he's got one of the best theme songs in the business right now, but he just sucks. But he's got a great song. But this one, the nostalgia of what it was, this one is forever gonna be my number one. Like I'll just go ahead and admit that right now.
Oh, to like the Rollins show. Who sings that?
Union Underground. It's called Across the Nation.
I would have never got that.
Right. So that's probably my forever number one. As far as wrestlers go, also I'm a really big fan. Last year at Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, when they used "When Legends Rise" by Godsmack, I love the fact they brought that. But other than that, and also like so I'm a big fan of like the Rock stuff. Like in the Rollins and Triple H feud, they used, or maybe it was Roman and Triple H, they used "Hail to the King" in the promo package, and I thought that was perfect. But anyway, other than that, another one that's always going to hold near and dear for me, "Burning My Light," the original Randy Orton theme song.
Yeah.
Mainly because I saw him in Peoria, Illinois for Raw, and he main evented. Edge, fun fact, Edge debuted his Metalingus theme song by Alter Bridge to cut a promo there. He debuted it at a promo for some reason. Debuted it there in Peoria, Illinois. But Randy Orton was in the main event, and I want to say it was like a 6-man tag match because, of course it was Raw, so why wouldn't it be the main event? But like that closed out the show, and so the celebration, he was a babyface, and that was one of my favorite ones because I just thought it was a great babyface theme song, and I wish he'd bring it back. Other than that, like, I don't know, there's so many. Like, you can't go wrong with Triple H's music, The Game, but
Motorhead.
And I always had a soft spot for RVD's theme song.
Yeah.
And Chris Benoit's theme song. Man, if I had to pick one more though in my top three,
the songs that like I picked were just kind of like nostalgic of like the people I enjoyed watching like in that company. So it was like I will always say that Randy Savage is probably my all-time favorite wrestler of all time. Ultimate Warrior being number 2. So that's why I chose their theme because I loved watching those guys. And then Diamond Dallas Page is probably one of my favorite WCW guys to watch, and then obviously RVD is RVD. So
yeah, I really don't know as far as like a third, like in a top 3. Like I kind of just threw several out there. Honestly, probably the original Hardy Boys theme song. I don't think you can go wrong with the crazy bass that's going on with that. But there's a lot of stuff happening now that I really enjoy that I keep on a playlist that I listen to right now. I really enjoy Asuka's theme song. I like that one. But like I said, Baron Corbin's theme song is really good. But yeah, I think Across the Nation, Burning My Light was always a good one. Edges, of course, will always. But that song was, for me, I like that band anyway, so that was... It is what it is. Chris Benoit, though, oh, nope, I know what it is. So either the Chris Benoit one with the lyrics in it, or Slow Chemical by Finger Eleven, when Kane used the theme song with words in it.
Yep.
That would be it. That was one of the all-time, I think, best ones right there. So yeah, that's my long explanation.
One of my favorite moments was when Triple H came out for Whom the Bell Tolls, when he was facing the Undertaker at WrestleMania 26, I think, 25 or
27.
26 or 27.
27. 26 was Michaels and Taker Part 2.
You're right. So 27. I thought because that was they were talking about bringing the badass theme or gimmick back then, like so.
And that's when Taker came out with was that the promo was like the in time your time will be no more, and then he came out to the Johnny Cash stuff, right?
Yeah.
The God's Gonna Cut You Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some good stuff. Good stuff. They don't make music they're starting to get back in there with their music. Sometimes it gets repetitive, sometimes it's really good. I think Aleister Black's will get repetitive after a while.
I can see that. I like Ricochet's music too. Ricochet's kind of catchy. Obviously, the Undisputed Era. I like a lot of the. I feel like a lot of the entrance themes and stuff that they do in NXT is really well done. Really good, really catchy.
I agree.
Makes their debuts even more.
Glorious!
I hated his debut. But I still love the song.
I like Nakamura's theme song is beautiful too.
Yeah.
Especially like when he debuted and he got the dude playing the violin.
Yeah.
I still remember when I was at home and I was like watching it with my dad and he was like, I think your little Asian friend's gonna be on. I kept telling how exciting his entrance was. He just called him the little Asian friend. So yeah, good old music in WWE is a good part of the childhood. Owning all the discs. You had the action figures, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever have the ones that came with their little speaker in there that you push the
No.
button and oh my goodness?
I remember you used to put they had like a little ramp or walkway.
You put the metal boot on it.
You put that on there and then it would play.
I had that one.
Yeah.
I had that one. We had the little box thing, so when my brother and I would wrestle, I would come out to like the Chris Jericho one. He'd come out to the Rock
Chris
one.
Jericho theme is really good.
I always like hearing his story about it, how he just told, I want more guitar, I want more, put layers and layers of power chords on it, and it sounded good. I enjoy his theme song. So, all right. Oh, we kind of touched on all kinds of topics today.
We kind of jumped all over, but we covered it. We covered enough of it, I think. So I guess there's not much going on that's worth talking about, in my opinion.
No,
it's just more build up to the Money in the Bank, which is still 2-3 weeks away. So
yeah. So hang in there. We'll hang in there. We'll keep you up. We'll keep you going with what's going on. As we get near, we'll probably start touching on some AEW interesting news.
Around
coming up the 25th, Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
This month. So that's nuts to think about. But other than that, you got anything else, Robert?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, this has been Chocolate Milk and Wrestling with Johnny
and Rob.
And thank you for listening.